What clothes? What can you tell us more? If you want to literally just replace my feet,
okay.
And then we're going to wait right until 5, because the way we're all going to work this is when our shows start, all of our anchors will be like, we have Sheriff Morrison from Chelan County, live in Leavenworth, talking about the latest, and they'll just probably go again.
Is Gavin going to speak after you as well?
Yeah, we'll call him up. I'll just have you like stand up beside him.
Marking it right there, so right there. He's standing right there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Grab any of that stuff.
Cool.
Jackie would come on the photo rather than...
Does this angle at all? Oh, no, it's tape. Okay. That's fine, though.
No, we've talked more with Washington State Patrol, and it looks like they did us.
I'm going to leave that one for him since it's his.
We also have more.
I think you have to take it off. Oh, damn. That's all.
Just so we have better samples coming your way. Today, that we've more concluded our efforts.
Take that one.
Covered the items we want to, and
I let the front one. It's yours.
State Patrol. Unfortunately, it appears that process is going to take a little longer, but we'll make sure we're all good. Results back.
Just gonna make sure that doesn't come off.
You guys are going to start sending me bills. You got to keep bringing all the equipment for us when we do our press releases.
They know that we're doing it. The sun is working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, check. You hear that now, Keith?
Hey, it's
You got that?
again. Do we have an IFB number? Jack,
Oh yeah,
you hit dial into
mute.
the same one.
We hit mute.
I don't know.
Can we get someone to mic test?
Yeah, I can do it.
Thank you.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
We good?
Okay.
She says she's still busy.
All right. How we looking, guys?
Try it now. She got it. Okay, thanks. Bye. Jackie, I need you to be not right there.
Like 5 minutes.
Right there.
It needs to be.
It's going to move over. Team blocks all of us. Live shot.
How are you? No, I do not. That is a problem. Jackie, you can't be back. Yeah, I won't be able to focus on Seattle. I know it's. I'm not mad at you, Jackie.
Thursday was like fake Friday. Yeah, that's
Right at 5 o'clock.
Gen Z.
Are we ready, you guys?
We have to wait till about 5.
Oh, that's okay.
Like 3 minutes.
Wild.
Hey, can producer tell me when we're starting?
My chop suey.
She's on channel 2. I can't do channel 1.
I'm on channel 2. Hello. Have the anchor toss to.
Yeah, I probably know that.
So good.
On top of all the follow-up questions I have for you, I said I had 2, so I added 2.
Hey, be here. That's the best possible.
You're gonna have to have the anchor toss to. They're starting at 5. They're starting right at 5. Well, she may as well.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks, bye.
Sorry, Mike's all the way over there.
I just don't.
Yeah, but you know the mic's over here now, so. Yeah, I think we're all just gonna start right at 5. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, right at
Or
5.
do you guys
Emily,
wanna-
I did hear you. We're 20 seconds away now.
Okay.
The anchor's toss right at 5.
That's what we're doing.
It is.
Yep, sounds good.
I just didn't put the flag up there.
Right at 5:00, we're going, Emily.
Oh, that's bright. Good luck to you.
It is.
Tori, we're gonna start like right at the top of the 5, so if anchors can
Right.
do a quick toss.
So where my
Sheriff,
sunglasses
maybe
tonight.
if you could do like a little kind of introduction to who's all here, that way too, like for each, you're not getting to the meat.
I'm going to keep it generalized per the request of them, but yes, we'll do that. So,
Whoever can be,
okay.
like,
Or just
Points of contact can be U.S. Marshals, myself,
Yeah,
and members
perfect.
of the team from the U.S. Border Patrol. So,
it's kind of like the intro. That way, if people are coming in late, they're not missing like specifics. Just kind of introducing people. If that makes sense. Like I'm
all right,
asking you to like
do my
stall
best. Try not to get.
professional capacity.
I think we're ready if you guys are.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Good? All right. Yep, go ahead. Tell us a little bit, if you want to introduce who this is and then who you guys have, and then tell us a little bit about what this week holds for you.
All right, so good evening. I'm Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison. Behind me, you'll see members of our federal partners, the U.S. Border Patrol, U.S. Marshal Service, and I also have a member of my administration, would be Chief Ryan Moody, who's overseeing our detectives unit as Chief of Operations. I appreciate all of you coming here today. We're going to give an update just based off our operations that we've been conducting. These were pre-planned operations for a fourth search related to the Travis Decker case, and this can be in regards to the murder of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Again, we have not lost sight of what we're focused on doing, and that's bringing justice to those 3 girls. We are close to justice being served and law prevailing. During our search yesterday around 15:30 hours, that'd be 3:30 p.m., our search teams did locate an anomaly that was seen in AI imaging from our drones. In closer inspection, when we got that, we did see that it was potentially a shirt. We were able to get units on the ground that did confirm that the shirt was consistent with what we had seen in previous surveillance photos with Travis Decker. So I am confirming the shirt that we saw on scene is a match for what Travis was last seen wearing. In addition to shorts, which were U.S. Rangers shorts, they were also a match, and also personal items to include chewing tobacco that was consistent with what he had chewed, a bracelet which is consistent with what we'd seen in photos of him wearing. So collecting those items, we have since sent them off to the Washington State Patrol's crime lab. We're hopeful that we'll get those results back soon. I appreciate Chief John Batiste and the Washington State Patrol for continuing to be a constant ally for us. Even in my call this morning, I asked if he could expedite it. I understand the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is not the only agency within Washington State investigating a homicide and looking for quick results back from a DNA test. So, Chief Batiste, Washington State Patrol, we appreciate it. We understand there's a lot of pressure. Going through the processing of the decomposition that we found amongst that clothing has been challenging for the State Patrol's crime lab. They were able to get DNA off that sample, and they are comparing it to the DNA samples that we have in place for Travis Decker. I have asked them to take their time, not rush this. This has been a thorough investigation up to this point. We don't want any mistakes made. Our investigative team has continued to be out on the ground today with Washington State Patrol's crime lab team. We've also had members of the FBI's crime lab team out here assisting us. We found additional body parts today to include 2 feet, some femurs, and also some vertebrae. We've requested that these items also be sent off to Washington State Patrol's crime lab for additional testing to be compared. Again, we do not want to rush this process. We'd like to have DNA results this evening, but I understand in the interest of justice to ensure this case is handled properly, we have asked them to stand by, test more samples, and we hope to get those in the next couple days. We're appreciative for our federal partners that have continued to be biased throughout this process. We recognize that we're trying to bring closure to this community, and more importantly, we're trying to bring pressure to our allies to come and give us more assistance where needed. But we do appreciate the fact that Whitney and her family have been very cooperative with us, and we're trying to bring them peace of mind and closure for this. We think we're one step closer. As soon as we get the results back, we are optimistic that these results will confirm that we have located Mr. Decker, but until that time, we're going to stand by and wait for the 100% confirmation. For the meantime, I'm going to bring up the representative from the U.S. Marshals, who have been our ally since day one, assisting us, leading the search effort, and I'll go ahead and let him take questions.
Hi, my name is Gavin Duffy. I'm the Chief Deputy United States Marshal from the Eastern District of Washington.
You guys have been on site, you've been part of this for months now, 3.5 months. You've pretty much been working hand in hand with Chelan. Can you explain why it took so long to be able to find this specific spot? It's less than a mile from where that campground is.
I mean, I think if we look behind us into the backdrop here, the terrain is extremely complex, some of which would, is hard to find anywhere in this country, and that's kind of what we found. I mean, it's incredibly steep, it's incredibly rocky, and that's why we have some of the experts, our Special Operations Group and our partners with Border Patrols, BORSTAR and BORTAC, who are all three experts in this terrain to do it. And I think we're pretty proud of the fact, using all the resources we could across the law enforcement, public safety spectrum, to really drill down and find these remains, which we're very, very hopeful and fairly confident.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like whenever whoever the teams were that initially went up there? They were those people that ended up identifying that shirt, seeing those pants. That was that moment. You guys thought, oh, I think we got him. Can you explain a little bit about what that feels like for you?
I think it's the 1 yard line. I mean, we want to get across the goal line with the DNA, but we're pretty, it's a good feeling. We've put a lot of work. I mean, hundreds of people in law enforcement and other career fields have touched this case because of its importance to this Chelan and to this state. So to get to that 1 yard line where we are right now, maybe even a little closer, it felt pretty good for everybody working this case in any way.
There were some people online that were curious if Travis Decker would have gone north to Canada or south to Mexico. What do you say to people who were curious about him ever going that far, in your expert opinion?
Well, I mean, we appreciate the curiosity, right? I mean, we're in the business of finding fugitives and human beings, and they do unique things. And so that's how we're thinking as well. But we use fact-based policing, and we utilize our partnerships with other agencies, state, local, and federal, and we kind of narrow in on where we need to be looking, and for the most part, we're pretty successful most of the time.
Is this search in that area wrapped up? Is anyone going back up to that site at all?
At this point, no. We're going to shut it down for the night, but if something changes, then we'll be right back to it. And then we're on to the next case. And if there's another case in the mountains, I'm pretty confident Border Patrol will be with us, and we'll be back at it with the state police and specifically the Spokane County Sheriff's Department as well.
Based on the evidence found there, if it is Travis Decker's remains, did it look like someone had been camping there a while or someone on the move?
Ma'am, I don't really have the answer to that specific question.
Can you tell me a little bit about what, say, the next few days looks like for you? Is this something that's going to be more searching, more field work, or is this just now waiting for that DNA evidence?
I think it's a lot of waiting.
How does that feel?
You want to be, again, you want that 100% confidence in what we're doing, and in this situation, because of DNA, we can get there. But I think we'll be looking at our phones, but moving on with the rest of our weekends and traveling back to wherever we're from.
Can you tell me a little bit about the condition of those bones and those pieces that you found? Were they gnawed by animals? Is that something that seemingly disturbed up there?
Ma'am, I really don't know the answer to that, nor would I be an expert on that matter. Fugitives I can help with, but anthropology I'm a little limited.
Can you say whether a firearm was discovered with Mr. Decker?
I do not believe there was, no.
Any hint of foul play there, just based on an initial look at the scene?
Again, as an experienced fugitive investigator, I'd leave that to the homicide investigators and the very qualified Chelan County team. So I'm not in a position to really feel that one.
This is obviously hit close to home for a lot of people. Wenatchee is a very small community, so Chelan County, any message you have in terms of the importance of closing a case like this?
Well, I think everybody wants this closure across the community, and I mean, it's national level attention. We all want closure on this case, but so we're really hoping we get across, to keep using the analogy, to get across the goal line and be done with this. But for the Marshal Service and every member of law enforcement from here, we just move on to the next violent fugitive. And that's unfortunate, but that's the reality.
Sheriff Morrison, if I could ask you a question. You guys are from here, you live here, your guys have been part of this since day one. Kind of the same question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've met with the family, you guys know these people. How does it feel knowing you're so close to 3.5 months of just anxiety maybe coming to an end?
We understand the work's not done. We're still in the midst of a homicide investigation. And as you asked too, if something were to have happened to Travis that was not natural or of his own cause, we're going to investigate it as a homicide investigation. We owe that to his family. We owe that to him. He's still a human being. He was a brother. He was a son. He was a family member. So again, I find his acts to be heinous and what he's alleged to have conducted and done. But overall, still going to treat him with respect. I said this throughout the process. We didn't want any harm to come to him, and we'll still treat his remains with the kind of respect that anyone would deserve. So we'll look into it, but we understand this is one step closer, as we said, to serving justice and ensuring that the law was issued. So we want to make sure this is closed out properly. We want to make sure the family has the closure. I want Whitney to sleep better at night. I want her family to sleep better at night. I want the community to know that our agency does not give up, no matter how daunting and how challenging the task is. We understand this was not easy. We get the community's frustration. We get our citizens' frustration. But overall, we'd love to have had this done in 3 days. Absolutely. It would have saved us a lot of resources. But it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of resources. We brought in some of the best minds in the country, from the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, U.S. Forest Service, even the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division. We brought in experts in that field. We did everything. We talked with each other. We met afterwards, debriefed to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes, and continued to do everything possible. We understood this could be a criminal case that was going to trial. We didn't want any chance that this would be defeated when we went to trial. And again, I think we're close to the goal we wanted, but we're not going to rush. We're not going to pat ourselves on the back yet. We're not going to say congratulations until we get the results back and we know 100% this is Travis Decker. That is our suspect. That is our only suspect. That is the only evidence that we have shows that he's our suspect. So just to confirm, that is who we are looking for. That's who I believe we found, and we hope the Washington State Patrol can confirm that soon.
No timeline on that, right? Not tomorrow, not tonight. It could be anytime.
Nope. Again, I'm not going to put pressure on Washington State Patrol's crime lab. I want them to take their time. I want them to make sure those results are 100% confirmed. Again, this is closing out a very significant case in our county's history. This was the largest manhunt in Chelan County history. This is the most heinous homicide in Chelan County history, and we need to make sure it's closed properly, and that we make sure that we're convincing our community that we did the right thing, we have the right subject, and there is no other person out there.
And one last question for me. I don't know if it's for you or Gavin. I saw in the press release that there was a key fob that was found. If one of you could talk a little bit about that. I believe it was found in the river.
Correct. Yeah, so we had a follow-up, and we really appreciate Sheriff Knowles and Spokane County Sheriff's Office for not only bringing their helicopter out here with their air support unit, but also bringing members of their dive team, and they were able to get into spots that National Park Service and our Chelan County Sheriff's Office Swiftwater Rescue Team were not able to get into, since there are spots you'd have to get underneath debris, and they were able to find a key fob in close proximity to our scene, which was great. I mean, it's an additional piece of evidence. We've collected it, we've put it in our evidence room, and it's been logged. But again, that's what it shows for cooperation and teamwork, and just bringing additional resources that we didn't have. So we do not have a dive team here at Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Historically, we did, but again, appreciation to Sheriff Knowles and his team for coming in and assisting us further. All right, appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
So we're actually going to come right back to camera with, kind of wrap up a little bit of that press conference. If you were just joining us, then we, of course, are talking to the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. This is the first time that we've talked to him in person since we've gotten a lot of those details from yesterday. So I do want to mention that we, of course, know up here in Chelan County, they have been looking for Travis Decker yesterday. They believe they found his remains yesterday from 2:30 p.m. It's up in the Grindstone Mountain area, beyond where we are at now. Very smoky up in this area, so it's kind of hard to see that far, of course. But they say that they think they are one step closer. They tell us that around 2:30 yesterday, they were using AI imaging from drones. That was the new technology that they had in this area. Now, with that AI technology, they saw a shirt. Took pictures of that, video of that. Of course, that was something that they wanted to check out a little further. So they brought the helicopter in, brought that team into the mountains, dropped them down, and they were able to get a look at the shirt and shorts that was in the woods in that area. On top of that decomposed body, they say that that was what Travis Decker was wearing whenever he disappeared. So that's something